Hey, welcome back to another video. Great to have you all back on this lovely little sunrise shoot at Third Bay. Come down this morning because after a bit of a scouting trip here a few weeks ago, if you're a subscriber, hopefully you are, subscribe and like if you help me out. And some beautiful compositions I wanted to come and get with some nice light. I've got that, I've got a full moon, so it's really easy to set up, so that's pretty cool. As you can see here, I've still got the stars floating around. I think that's Mars, maybe Mars. Don't quote me on that. But there's no clouds, so it should be a nice gold glow come up. So let me get the main composition which I want, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and some other little shots, get that nice golden glow on these beautiful rocks down here. So it should be a beautiful, epic morning. It is chilly, hence the cold weather gear. Still winter here in Queensland, and it's been a cold week. This week's been really cold, which is very strange, but no rain, so it's very different weather for us. Rightio, let's hit that intro and see if we can't go get a shot. Right, let's go. Here's the back of the camera. This is the sort of shot I'm setting up. So I'll just try and adjust that light for you. So you can see this rock here in the foreground. So I've got that there, and on the either side it's got two little rock formations. So I'll split, and then the sort of the waves, or the water rushes in behind it or beside it, like it does there. So you get a little bit of motion. So just doing some test shots. That's what we're getting at the moment, and it's looking pretty good. I've still got some stars in the sky, so that's sort of handy. So I'm doing 6 seconds mainly for the stars, and that's why I've got that that white water, that bit of motion there from the waves. So that was 8 for the second, because that's probably what I want for the water. But that actually looks pretty nice. So it sort of gives me a good idea of composition. That's at ISO 250, 6 seconds, f1.4. So pretty nice, pretty nice. I might even up the aperture a little bit to get that, make sure those rocks are nice and sharp, and get that all ready. And all I want is some light to come over that horizon. Just get some gold over there, peeling across, and that should then just fall across all that water. Should be pretty nice. If I go up, you can see what we don't get in the way of the light. That's sort of what I'm looking at, a handheld. You see these big rock formations, just crystal clear water. And then these two rocks on the side just give us that little frame around the main subject, this little rock here. And you can see now with that water coming through what you get. So once that golden hour comes up, I should be able to get 1/8 of a second. So that'll make that water even better around that rock as well. So at the moment it's a bit of a long exposure one, but I'm also trying to capture a bit of the star action as well. But I've got to keep an eye out of those waves too, because obviously see where Winston is, right on the edge, and even then I just get a little bit of water on the waves. So I've got to make sure I'm always watching for some rogue big wave that comes through and knocks over the gear. So just obviously when you're at the beach, be aware of that. That's probably the most important. So happy with the composition and happy with setup. It's just a matter of now waiting for the time. I've probably got half an hour. So I'm not sure if I might go and have a look for some other stuff. I might get that little handheld camera out, the G7X3, and go and see if I can't get some low light shots with that one. Okay, so move shots. I'm now in this little sort of cutout of the rocks. Still got the same rock in the foreground. This is my composure. My composition, not composure. So you can see here what I'm trying to do. I've now got in this foreground, I've got these rocks and the clear water and a bit of sand. By coming close enough. And then that leads up to that rock, and then you've got the starry night in the background, which will be the sunrise once we get the sunrise coming up. So a little bit more of a story and a little bit of more three-dimensional photo than, because it's actually moving you through the photo, so better leading lines, I guess. Whereas if we go back, I should be able to go back to where we were before. So to here, you can see it, but it's more of a two-dimensional shot, I guess. Way I'm thinking about it. I'm in the water now, so I've got to be really careful what I'm doing. I think going from that, which is still a nice shot, and I've got some really good shots with it, but I think this, even though it's vertical, now leading through instead of just a flat horizontal, I think it's just something about it just feels a little bit better. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So there we go, just waiting for the light and just seeing little tinges of orange on the horizon. Quickly just talk you through G7X3 here. I've got that sitting doing a starry trail function, so that gives me 60 minutes. It'll just shoot away automatically, and then it's going to get some of this little bit of foreground here, a little bit of water sitting on the rocks, and then it's off looking into the distance, getting those stars. So I used it last time at Umatic Dam and it came up pretty good, so it should be cool. Off to the side, no light, so I'll get my headlamp away from it. And then I'm back over here on the other side of those rocks and go and get some shots. Just waiting for this light to come through, which shouldn't be too far away. Beautiful morning. We're now starting to get some colour, and it's making a beautiful little difference to our shot. See it on the horizon there. So we've got that foreground leading off to that colour. So got some gold coming through, maybe some purples there. So pretty well, exactly what I was after. Now it's pretty fleeting here on the Sunshine Coast, so you got to keep shooting. So I just wanted to show you just starting to come across the horizon, and I'm doing a bit of light painting here in the foreground because the moon has now just gone at least over the top, so it's blocking all that beautiful moonlight that we had here on the rocks. So that's my only downside I've got now. So I've got the gold here, or the golden hour coming now, and unfortunately that moon, if it had stayed up just a little bit longer, would have been perfect. Would have had moonlight doing the rocks, which is perfect light, and then the sunrise, but we can't get everything. So we've got to keep shooting. Lights up. Beautiful little sunrise. The glow on the water. Just changing a little bit now. I've got the camera up in the dry zone. I've got to go pick up the G7X. That should be done. Still getting that glow on the water. A little bit of orange, so I still want to have a look at some, but I just want to go and get the G7X so I can move and see if I can't look at some other little compositions. But super happy with what I got so far. Oh. And with that water coming in, it's got to be tricky. You got to keep an eye on everything. But there's heaps of little compositions, and I want to get some of that reflection off the rocks, looking back at the rocks. So I can't look unless I look sort of that way. You see how they got the glow on the rocks? I want to get that now, if I can, in maybe another couple of shots, maybe some handheld ones. But here's the G7X. Oh, and I think it's still going. Let's see how long it's got. Not sure. Still mid-shoot. I don't know how the starry trails will go with a sunrise, but it'll be interesting to see what it does. We've got 7 minutes to go on it, so we'll leave that for another 7 minutes. And then so you can see the little foreground here, what I got, that little stuff like that, where I can get maybe get some reflections on, and go and have a look and see what else I can find. You see these beautiful rocks, and there's even rock pools over there. I wouldn't mind going checking out now. So I might get the R6 and just go and do some handheld. Beauty of having that EF 1.4 is I can handheld fairly confidently in the slow light. And I might just do some run and gun stuff and see what we can find, and then I'll come back and pick up the G7X. Cool bananas. But beautiful day. Sunshine Coast. Now this is the Sunshine Coast. No rain. And look at that. Epic. That's us, done and dusted. Great little morning. Awesome light. Sun's just about to come up behind us. You can just see it there poking its head behind the clouds. We're done here. Had an awesome morning. I did try the circular polarizer on, but it cut out that reflection. And that reflection was what I really wanted on the rocks. You can see it even now. Just the color on the rocks is a lot better than looking straight out. So I wanted to turn around and get away from where I was shooting. That was shooting out towards the horizon. I got away from that and come back and face the rocks and got that beautiful light coming off it, and it came up really good. I got some nice movement down to 1/8 of a second for that water, and I know I got a heap of handheld stuff there that worked out good. Rightio, that's us for another week. We're out, pack the gear up, and I will see you next week. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. Peace.